Step up in the club looking flashy, looking very nice in Versace. The girl I got it come no be ashy. Now only Babele people are the fashion, fashion. Now so every day are the fashion.
Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of lolaojtv. As you may have guessed from the background and also from the title, this video is going to be a little bit different. So today I have a very special guest and the first ever guest on lolaojtv, and that is Dr. Vivian Oputa, and she's going to be giving some amazing, useful tips and information. So let's get cracking, guys. Hi guys, let's get stuck straight in. Like I said, I have the amazing, beautiful Dr. Vivian Oputa here with me. Thank you so much for being on lolaojtv.
Thank you for having me, Lola.
And guys, really, her skin is this flawless. Like, as you're seeing it, it is better in real life. So, as a professional dermatologist, the first question I have is, what actually is hyperpigmentation? Like, I know what it looks like. I know I think I have it, but what is it?
Well, it's a big fancy word for starters, and it's when you have darker patches, darker than your skin. And it is something that happens when there's inflammation or any form of injury. So the body responds by producing excessive melanin, which is the pigment responsible for making us dark.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's
so when you put it like that, it sounds a lot simpler.
It does.
Right?
Yes.
So why is it that black people suffer from like maybe the worst kind of hyperpigmentation?
Well, the reason why black people have more hyperpigmentation than other races is because our melanin is much more active.
Right.
And that is what is responsible for the color of our skin.
Okay.
But the upside is that it protects us from the sun. So we tend to stay younger, and sun damage is
Black don't crack. That's where that comes from.
That's exactly where it comes from.
Okay.
That's it.
So
Yes.
normally people have this dark, some people it's darker than others, like around this eye area.
Yeah.
And we're not really sure whether it's a sunburn or is it hyperpigmentation, and what causes it. Like, what would make you have a black ring around your eye?
Well, it's a response to inflammation, as I said before. So any injury to the skin, or if your skin becomes sensitive, and that area you talked about is thinner than the rest of the face. So the skin there is very sensitive and prone to assault and injury.
Right. Okay.
Now, it's worsened if you use products that contain steroids or products that thin out the skin, like the harsh bleaching products a lot of people use.
But then why do I have hyperpigmentation?
Because you have been exposed to the sun most likely,
Yeah.
and probably have used some products that were not very good for you.
Okay, fair enough.
And it made you more sensitive to the sun.
Right. Okay.
That's one.
Okay. That makes sense. So how do you prevent it? Like, what can I do, or what can people do that don't have it? How do they make sure they don't get it?
They don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, avoid picking at your face.
Okay.
That's one thing.
And I'm so guilty.
So if you break out, even if you don't pick a pimple, it will leave a dark patch or dark mark. But when you do have a pimple, if you pick on it,
it's almost like it's guaranteed.
Yes, and then it will spread. You have more inflammation, so a more difficult spot to treat.
So it's almost like sometimes you can't prevent it, but it's just that you can prevent how severe it will be. Is that right?
You can prevent how severe it will be. You can also prevent getting breakouts.
Right.
That's one thing.
Okay, so
because
look
a lot
after
of
your
people,
skin. Sure.
Yeah, you have to look after your skin.
That makes sense. So for those that are not or haven't been so lucky to prevent it, and they already have hyperpigmentation, what kind of products should they be looking at, to try and stop it from getting worse or getting rid of it?
Well, first of all, I would recommend you see a dermatologist.
Yes.
Or a physician who is trained in that field.
Like you.
Yes, thank you.
My new dermatologist, guys, clearly, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And so we prescribe products that are, geared towards treating hyperpigmentation.
Okay.
And the best brand, well, what I use personally, which is considered gold standard worldwide, is ZO by Dr. Zain Obaji.
Gold is always good. Okay, I've heard of Obaji.
Yeah, Obaji.
Yes.
Obaji is quite popular worldwide.
Okay.
Because of the results we get. That's one thing. And
So
then you also have to accept that chemicals aren't so bad.
That's true.
You see, the treatments are mostly chemical based, but it's for a short period of time. After that, you can go back to your natural
So it's
products.
like the same way you would use a tablet or medicine
Precisely.
when you're in pain or you have malaria.
A lot of people tend to shy away, but the truth is, you need a treatment protocol to take care of the problem, that you can go back to your regular skin.
So what would you say to someone that can't necessarily get their hands on those products? What can they do, or can anything be done locally?
There's some natural remedies you can try, like rubbing honey.
Okay,
honey helps to lift pigment after a while, and also lemon juice. So those are things you can try. But if you're not successful, come and see me.
Okay. Alright, that's as much as I would love to keep Dr. Vivian or put her here all day and to myself, I'm going to make sure her details are here so you can also contact her. And yeah, and will you come on again?
Oh, definitely.
Okay, cool. So a next topic we'll have for you guys next week. I was meant to do that over here, but it's okay.
Step up in the club looking flashy, looking very nice in Versace. The girl I carry come no be ashy. Now only Babele people are the fashion, fashion. Now so every day I the fashion, me I the fashion, Now so every day I the fashion, looking very rich head to toe. We dey spend like we no go broke, we dey act like we know they joke when we.